Comment triggers are one of the most powerful lead generation tools today. In fact, we've been using it to generate hundreds of leads, not per month, but per day. People who are interested in my free resources and lead magnets go through posts like this where I say comment Claude and I'll send you a resource. And then hundreds of people shoot in and they comment Claude, and something needs to respond to them and send them the resource to their DMs. Now, in the past, this was kind of hard or expensive to do. Obviously, you would have ManyChat, but for each new trigger word that you wanted to set up, they charged you for more and more contacts as it scaled up, and you had to go in and create new workflows each time. It was a pain in the butt, and then tools like Gohighlevel came out, and they allowed you to do Instagram comment triggers within their workflows. But back in the day, we used to create hundreds of these different workflows. We would clone them and just change the keyword that they were looking for. And it was a pain in the butt because anytime I wanted to launch a new comment trigger word campaign, I had to come in here and make an entirely new workflow. Super time consuming and not very scalable. Well, nowadays, it is much different and it is much easier. Now all I have to do is add an entry into this Notion database, this DM keyword triggers. I work off of this, my team works off of this, and my AI works off of this. So all I have to do is put them in here. We've got the keyword, we've got the message. In fact, my AI writes the message and puts it into Notion. And from here, I never have to create any additional workflows. It doesn't cost me any additional money. Now in this video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly how to set this up. You only have to set this up once, and then the rest of your life is going to be so much easier. The best part, it's 100% free. The only thing that's not free is Notion, which is super cheap. But let's dive in and show you what I actually had to do in order to get this to work. So it all starts with a basic Gohighlevel workflow. And the trigger that kicks this off is Instagram, someone comments on a post. Now, unlike your normal workflows where you're monitoring for a specific keyword, in this one, you're looking for all keywords. So someone comments on a post, any post, page is lead gen J, post type is publish post. And I'm only looking to track first level comments. The next thing you're gonna do, that's gonna trigger this workflow every time. Anytime anybody comments and it's a first level comment, it's gonna come through. So this is going to run a lot. Now at this point, I want to update that contact in my Gohighlevel. Now I wanna make sure to save their Instagram comment to their contacts. So I'm gonna say update contact field. I'm gonna make a field for Instagram comment text. If you don't know how to do that inside of GHL, adding a field, really easy. I'm not gonna talk about it here. Instagram commented on a post, comment body, and then you'll insert that one there. I like to then just add a little contact note. So it's just gonna stay on their Gohighlevel contact forever that they commented on that post. And then this is the real magic sauce. It's this node. Now you may have thought this was going to be an easy and simple walkthrough, and normally I would say it would be. Unfortunately, there's a lot of gotchas here. I didn't wanna have to create this crazy node. My original plan was to actually send a call to N8N, go process it over there, and then shoot it back in with the reply. But the way that this Instagram workflow works, as soon as you take data out of the workflow, it doesn't work anymore. It all needs to be single, cohesive in one workflow and can't stop. So taking it out and moving it to N8N does not work. So there's a specific download for this node that's gonna be in this resource document that I'm going to give you. But what this essentially is doing is it's querying my database against their commented trigger word that they posted on my post and seeing if it matches anything that's in this database. Now I have this actually reflecting into a Supabase database. So I'm going to talk about this in a second. But the way that this node works is it takes their comment, it queries it against my full database of trigger words. It also normalizes it, so if they use all caps or maybe they add an additional letter or space, it catches all of those things and still proceeds. People are stupid sometimes and you have to account for that. And then it'll output the correct response to that trigger word based on what's in that database. So that no matter what I do to update this database, it automatically gets pulled into this workflow. And you need it to all be in this one cohesive workflow. So this node is the way to do it. It actually does an API call out to Supabase, returns the result. Now I'm gonna stop there and actually fill in a couple blanks for you. Because at this point you're like, what if I don't have GHL? Well, you can get it really easily. You can go to leadgenj.com/CRM and get a CRM from us for 49 bucks a month. And that comes with unlimited everything. So if you don't already have GHL, it's the most powerful CRM, you should have it. And if you need to create this Notion database, maybe you don't have this yet, that's another thing that you should probably go ahead and do. It's a simple database with a couple rows here. We've got a keyword, a message, setup complete, created time. And if you're using Claude Code or anything like that, it'll do all of this for you. It's a really simple Notion database, and I also have this little form that me or my team can submit to add something automatically to this database. We have a link to this, so anytime I want to add a new trigger word, I can just fill in my email, the word, the DM response, and it goes automatically into this database. How I got there, right click on table, and then you just, add a plus button, and then you want to say form. And then it'll pull the columns from this table into the form for you. Really, really easy. Now the next step is actually getting this into Supabase. So you're gonna need to sign up for a Supabase account. It's completely free, unless you're a power user like me. You're gonna go ahead and start a project. I'm gonna come into my dashboard. You'll get set up in Supabase. If you need a tutorial on how to do that, go ahead and find a video on it. I have 9 projects in here. Where this one is going into is my social media database. So I'm gonna come into database, tables. Here's all of the different tables that I have. You don't need any of this. All you need is the DM keyword triggers, this one here. Now, if you're using Claude Desktop or Claude Code, it will be able to create this for you. It interacts with Supabase super easily and will help guide you through it. You also probably don't need to use Supabase. If you're using some other database software, I'm sure it'll work just the same, as long as you can make API calls to it. We use Supabase because it's what I use for everything, and I'm comfortable with it. And it's free, so I do highly recommend it, even though obviously you're probably looking at this and getting a little intimidated by all of the tables and stuff. Here is the specific table that it's querying, and this was created by my Claude Code, but obviously you can come in and do this by hand. You've created tables before. Now, anytime a new entry is added to Notion, and by the way, another little hint here, I'm not adding these manually with this form anymore. I'm just having Claude Code do it. It's got an API connection to Notion and Supabase, so I'm not taking any risks. If my team does it, however, we've got a little automation here. Hit this lightning bolt. New trigger, page added. It sends a webhook over to Supabase and adds it in there automatically. This is not going to be a video on how to use automations, how to use N8N, how to use Supabase. I wanted to show you specifically how to set up this Gohighlevel workflow evergreen so that you never have to build another comment trigger workflow again. Now, once you've got this table set up in Supabase, you want to make sure to get your API keys. So you're going to come into your project settings, you're going to come into API, and in order for you to use the setup guide that I'm providing you, the full code node, you're going to need to replace your Supabase service role key with your actual project ID and your actual Supabase ID. Once you've done that, it should work perfect. It should be super easy plug and play. Now, if you want to make life even easier and you are using Claude Code or Claude Desktop or Cowork, give it access to Notion, give it access to Supabase, and just have it do it for you. If you're not using those things and maybe you want to learn, I do have a community for that called the AI Automation Insider. So stuff like this that's super helpful and advanced, that is actually applicable for business owners like you and me, and not just some tutorial guide on how to use it, but practical tips. Make sure you get in here. This is where I drop all of my best knowledge. All right, now that you've got your Notion table and your Supabase table set up correctly, let's come back into the workflow to show you how the rest of it actually functions. So you've installed this node. You want to make sure to pass this comment field as the contact's Instagram comment text. That way it can parse it in this code node. And then you just want to make sure to test it. Let's test it with Reacher and see if it responds to that comment. Perfect. So we've got a successful response, matched true. Here's the full setup guide on how to install it. That's my response from the Supabase table, keyword matched. And you can even test it with like, all right, what if someone did it in lowercase? What would happen? So you can dummy proof this thing. And you just want to make sure to test this until you know it's actually working. One of the crappy things about Gohighlevel workflows is there's not a great audit log. So if it errors, it's going to be hard for you to know. So definitely go through this and test it before actually deploying it. Okay, so that's the most important node. Let's talk about the rest of the flow. So if DM is matched, we're going to keep that on true. So matched, true. Matched is from that previous field. So what we did here, I'm going to go ahead and clone this as if I'm starting from scratch. Now the custom code is what I'm looking at. This custom code is that high value code node that we talked about. Match DM comment, output, result. These are all of the different results that it outputs. So if it matches the keyword, I want to only proceed if matched is true. I don't want it replying to my grandma who said, beautiful girlfriend, honey. That's not a trigger word. I want it ending there. It'll be no match and it'll proceed that way. However, if it does match, I want to respond to that comment. As you can see from my Instagram, everybody gets a response, and it's not always the same response. We've got a variation of different responses that are all coming from Gohighlevel. So before it actually sends them the resource, it will choose from one of these, I think 10 replies, and it'll like the comment as well. So that's built into GHL as a respond to comment node. And this works really, really well. The next thing you want to add is this Instagram DM node. So this is the DM reply. You can only use this node in the same workflow as one of the Instagram comment triggers. And if there's any hesitation in the middle of this workflow, meaning like you pause and have a wait step, won't work. Do not use a wait step. Now this Instagram DM reply, remember you are using from the code node earlier, the reply message. So the same formula that I just did to find matched true, you'll use it to find that reply message. And then every person who comments is going to get that DM reply message. Our next node is going to clear the comment text just in case they comment again. I want to know about it. And if they get stuck somewhere, I'll know that if they have comment text, it hasn't been cleared yet, something went wrong, and I'll be able to investigate. This is an optional node at this point. This was actually left over from my previous attempt at using N8N to pass the values to and from before I created my golden node. But then I do something really interesting. And this next thing most people don't do and don't talk about at all. And this is actually one of the main sources of me generating leads. So I've got another conditional node. I've got a tag, DM pitch sent. So if somebody new is commenting on my Instagram for the first time, I actually want to engage in a conversation with them after I give them the resource that I promised them. So that'll typically go, say you're commenting on my Instagram for the first time and you say trigger, which is actually the trigger word that I use to send this automation that we're going to be giving you here. This workflow that we're going to be giving you here. Well, if it's your first time, you're going to proceed down this because you do not have the tag DM pitch sent. It's your first time. So if you don't have that tag, you're going to proceed down this route here. And what it's going to do is it's going to wait 8 minutes, random time. It could be anywhere under 30 minutes to be safe. And then it's going to send an additional DM. That DM is going to say this. Thanks again for the comment. I was also curious what brought you here in the first place. I'd love to get my community a little bit better. Are you running a business? Starting one. And that actually initiates a conversation with this hopefully business owner that's just left me a comment on my post. And it's opened the door for them to say, starting one, running a business, here's what I do. From there, my setter can take over, try and get them onto a call, and set them onto a meeting with my sales team. And of course, after that DM is sent, we add the tag DM pitch sent, so that if they come through this workflow a second time, it sees that they have this tag and they stop here instead of going all the way through the workflow. So that's basically how this workflow works. Now, there's going to be some holes that you probably have to fill. And the way that I'm going to help you fill them is all going to be inside of this document here. Because I really don't want to give you a full breakdown of how to set up Supabase, how to set up the Notion automation trigger. That stuff is in my paid communities. If you want to check that out and go a little bit deeper, the full step-by-step walkthroughs and guides, and everyone who's running into problems, I answer them. It's all in there. But if you do check out the link down below, the comment triggers, you'll be able to see literally a step-by-step guide with screenshots and pictures and exactly how to set this thing up, as well as my specific Claude Code skill that I use inside of my Claude Code to generate these comment trigger words, put them into Notion, and put them into Supabase. So anytime that you make a new video with a new trigger word, all you have to do is do command trigger word, tell Claude Code the trigger word and the reply, and it puts it into Notion, it puts it into Supabase, so you don't have to worry. Important to note here, Supabase has an MCP server and a CLI. So what does that mean? If you're using Claude, just tell it that, hey, I'm using Supabase, take a screenshot of the table from earlier. I'll go ahead and pull it up for you and say, I want to create this table and I want to populate it with API. Walk me through it. And it'll go ahead and do that for you. But if you want to just come into Supabase and come into Table Editor, you can literally create tables just like this, new table, describe it, add the columns here, just like you're doing it in pretty much any other software. And you can start populating this thing manually. I will say though, with Supabase, much easier and faster to do it with your Claude Code, way easier. So you'll also get access to this skill, the DM keyword trigger creator. This is basically all of my documentation and files about how The entire workflow works. So if you want it to add it to Notion, add it to Supabase, and you want it to write really good responses with CTAs and UTMs, which is what I do, and also make sure that it has like a checklist before publishing. This is the exact skill that I use to publish my DM trigger keywords. This will be available to you inside of the Instagram comment trigger resource document, which is going to be linked down below. You'll also have access to this skill. However, if you try and access it from leadgenj.com/skills, you probably won't be able to get it unless you're a member of the Insiders. So if you want to join the Insiders and want access to all of the skills that I actually use every day, including my design ones, marketing ones, ads, creatives, make sure that you join AI Automation Insiders and it will change your life. Okay, so that's it. Go ahead and build your evergreen master Instagram auto reply workflow. If you found this helpful, this is nowhere else on the internet. So if you value me telling it to you and not just giving it paid to my course members, I would really appreciate a subscribe and a like on this video. And drop a comment. If you've seen anything like this, you're implementing it, I'd love to get in a conversation about this topic, about this implementation. Thank you so much for your attention, and I'll see you soon.